I have a million questions floating in my head, so we'll get to a couple of them.
I'm not sure if I have a million answers, unfortunately.
Well, that's all right, because I'm so curious of what your character represents in the film. I think I know, but I want to hear from you.
Well, I could talk about it, but the only problem is that what I think she represents is sort of a problem because I can't really, it's sort of wrapped up in the end. I think she acts a catalyst for what we discover has really happened, if you see what I mean. I can intimate to you, and you might understand that Norton's character meets Marla and sees in her potential, there's a possibility of a relationship here. They're both, well, for one, there's a similarity because when are you going to discover, somebody else who goes to support group for the terminally ill? Mm-hmm. So there's a similarity, and it's that he recognises, but instead of developing this relationship, he develops a relationship with Brad's character. In
a sense, do the men find themselves in you?
Do the men find themselves?
Do they see themselves in you?
I think very much so, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think there's a similarity, I guess. They're both sort of, Marla in a different way has got her own sort of sense of, as similar to the boys, a sense of despair and sort of feeling that she's sort of living a sort of grey existence, which is not feeling anything. And in going to her support group, that's when she feels sort of alive and sort of.
I guess in my own life, I've never felt disenfranchised. I felt lonely,
yeah,
and isolated, but I've never felt so disenfranchised that I had to go to an extreme in order to feel
something.
But I understand that.
Yeah.
Because you see it, you read about it in the paper,
yes.
You see it.
Yeah.
It's an odd, probably horrible place to be.
It's a horrendous place to be. I mean, I can't necessarily speak from personal experience, but from an imaginative leap that one had to sort of play on in order to play her. It's horrendous, but it sort of exists, so I know people like that, and I know people who, in, different versions of their own fight clubs are to do with, different kinds of self-destruction of, like, cutting themselves with razor blades, and that in some ways seeking pain, the pain is better than feeling nothing.
When you look at the film, have you seen it?
Yeah.
What jumps out and pleases you the most?
I think it's just overall the amazing inventiveness, and it's utterly unique and utterly indescribable too, and has got an amazing energy to it, and hits one on such a visceral level. I found it sort of not depressing at all, but quite invigorating, it's intensely unique.
I'm going to ask you a question kind of about acting and how you feel about it. I don't quite know how to say this, but when you're in the middle of a scene and it's working, and you know it's working, is that a feeling that fills you up as a performer?
When you know it's working, the best thing is the sense that you're not really there, because you're sort of like, it's happening, and you're not, it's when you're not thinking, actually, when you haven't got this sort of little sensor going on in your mind, or it's sort of being, there's a loss of sense of self, and that's when, but then as soon as you're aware of it, then it goes away.
You can't be too self-aware. You can't be so self-aware, it ruins it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But it's a sort of feeling that one's being taken over by something.
Nice film.
Thank you.